Should I start? Okay.
What I'll do is introduce that this is day 3 of the Lake Victoria Permaculture Convergence. I'm Christy Abbott, and we're here with Marijah and Raleigh to do a Earth Summit presentation.
Okay, so
Are you ready?
I would just like good morning, everyone. Good evening, wherever you are, wherever you're participating from. It's wonderful to be here with you. So I just wanted to share that I went to the Earth Summit in 1992, which was a very spiritual experience for me and for many others who went. Many of us in the Global Forum, which was where the NGOs were participating on one side of Rio de Janeiro, had felt, as I had, that Mother Earth was bleeding and that we were like Mother Earth and we were bleeding and we needed to be there. And on the other side of Rio
Marijah, can you stop? We're having hold on just a moment. We're trying to attach a YouTube. I mean a speaker.
Okay.
So that more people can hear you. We can see you, but we're trying to attach a We're having some technical difficulties just now.
Understood. We're okay for a minute or two. We're all right. Are we being recorded at this moment? No.
Ma'am.
This one? Is it this one? Yeah. Or this one? Yeah. The first one.
Maybe stop the recording at this moment.
No, we're set.
Recording. Yeah.
We're set.
Good. Okay, shall I start again?
Just a moment. The Bluetooth is connecting.
Okay.
We have hotspot challenges.
Understood.
Yeah, we need assistance.
Okay.
Don't stop that. That's recording yesterday's. We didn't have internet to record it.
Hold on. Yeah, it's what I think any problem? Okay, well, if my case is this, go there, number 2. Is the recording supposed to be used? It's me. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Maria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall I start? Yes. Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, great. Good morning, everyone. I'm Marijah Butcher, and I just want to talk that I was to say that I was at the Earth Summit in 1992, where a lot of people had spiritual experiences and were drawn there, as I was. I just want to share that the first night that we were there in the Global Forum, which was where all the NGOs were on one side of the city, while the government people were meeting on the other, all the religions of the world asked forgiveness of Mother Earth. It was powerful. And I want to bring this forward and let us see if we can do something on these lines now. I think
where did
Mother
it happen,
Earth
Marijah?
More than ever. Pardon?
Where did it happen?
In Rio de Janeiro. And it was that literally there was a division, the NGOs and people like myself. I was part of a spiritual NGO. We were really meeting together, meeting of minds, meeting understanding. On the other side, there were lots of kind of deals going on. We didn't know. Yes. So on the other side, all the government and the big companies and whatever were getting together as well at the same time. But in our part, in the global forum, it was an amazing experience. And after doing all that asking of forgiveness of Mother Earth, we all held hands right the way across the stadium where we were. It was one of the most magnificent nights of my life, feeling really, really utterly connected globally. Yeah. I had the privilege while I was there to take part in a women's meeting, and I met your very own hero, Warangiri. So that was a great moment for me. And then to meet all of you is just really special. I'm going to share a couple of poems that I've written since about Mother Earth, and then I'm going to hand to Raleigh to share some of his poems too. So this one is called Bird Song in the Morning. Bird song in the morning, dawn chorus, all different voices speaking out with one accord. A new day is breaking. Will man listen today? And what of the crow? Will his message be the same? Listen to the kogi. Hear the voice of Mother Nature. End the tyranny of machines upon the earth. Free the butterflies. Release the bears. The sunrise, live in reverence of Mother Earth. And this other one I'd love to share very quickly. Mother Earth's dream. I dream for my people to be free, she says. I dream for my people to be free. A world without prejudice, a world that is free. For peoples to be free to be in accordance with their culture, of the generations of old.
Oh no, is she frozen? No, Maria, you're frozen.
Humanity to see. The suffering, injustices, inhumanity to see. Just what our world's become and do what has to be done to free all peoples from tyranny, from tyranny. Money, money, what can I buy? Slavery to man's desires. But what of the tourist island that groans beneath its lure when Mother Nature is calling out no more, no more? The rivers run with cyanide, death and destruction in its wake, while men sit in ivory towers counting the cost. But not for Mother Earth. I dream for my people to be free, she says. I dream for my people to be free. And now I hand over to Raleigh. Thank you.
Oh, Maria, that's beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. It's a wonderful place to be. Raleigh, over to you, and then maybe I could end with one more. What are we going to do about it as the final one? Please.
Hello there. Yeah, can everyone hear me?
Yes. Welcome, Raleigh.
Thank you. I'm Raleigh. I'm from Zimbabwe, and I'm here by invitation from Maria and Jonathan. So I hope I can be of value to what you're up to there with your work.
Thank you.
The poet, and I'll be reading a few poems that hopefully will be applicable to your projects from my book, it's called Utterly Rose, which is dedicated to my daughter, but really is dedicated to the world. And as you are working for the sustainability of the natural environment, obviously maintaining the integrity of our planet and keeping it safe for everyone is something that I believe in as well. So as the project is based in Africa, I've picked a poem that speaks to that in the first place. I'm from Zimbabwe myself, so much of this kind of developmental and sustainability work applies to to me and to the whole African continent, really, because it's part of the work that we need to do to rise from the ravages of colonialism and in many ways rampant capitalism. So,
Raleigh, could you speak up a little?
yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we need you to speak directly into the microphone.
I probably should have used my other laptop. This is a newer one. It's probably not as great, but can you hear me now?
Yeah, just project your voice a little more.
Yes. So, did you hear what I said before?
Yes, we did, but we're straining.
Very good. Okay, I'll just speak a little bit louder then.
Thank you.
Good. So, I was saying I'll just read a poem, which one I wrote for the African person in general.
Do you see the sound
that's
button right there at the top?
You're going to have to say it louder if you want anyone to hear.
Okay. All right. Let Maria read her poem, and then I'll just change laptops quickly. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Where is it? The volume? Thank you.
The volume is.
So this one,
so one of the
can you
top
hear me?
Yes.
You have to put up those.
This one is called What Are We Going to Do About It? And my husband and I wrote this together. Let the guns be silenced. Let us not talk of war. The rule of law, we say,
No, it's on the
is
top.
better than the rule of war. Everywhere you hear the rumblings of discontent, disharmony, peace. Let us have peace in our time, O Lord, is what each of us mortals pray for. It is not devils with horns, but men in smart suits, well educated, but with hearts as hard as granite. These are the mass murderers. It is men's hearts that must be changed. And how is that to happen? Through the love of God and keeping his commandments. If not all yet, at least this, thou shalt not kill. Let us be obedient and welcome the light of Christ our Saviour, who shall reign in righteousness and peace. Oh, please let his coming be soon. There is a song of that happy heart that must be sung by everyone. Let it be sung by everyone when there is bullying, hate, inequality, injustice, poverty in our world. How can sunshine be felt in one soul when sorrow and darkness abound? How can the little children feel that sunshine who shelter in the doorway from the rain, and the hail of bullets in their street just adds to their pain? How can their voices be heard above the sound of war? The guns must be silenced, peace restored, and the joy of youth be alive once more all over the world.
Really good. Thank you.
I'm just waiting to be let in. So if someone can let
Oh,
me in.
Raleigh, are you ready?
Should we connect to the boot? Is there a way?
I'm admitting now. Oh, sorry.
I.
Hello.
I'm not sure what else you want me to say at this point, except have a wonderful conference and may all your efforts be blessed.
Thank you, Maria. Raleigh, you're in team management and leadership?
I am in team management leadership, yes.
So am I.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm in the Eastern region, United States.
I see. I'm in the
This is
London
my game
Center.
in the world. You're in my game in the world.
I'm in your game in the world. Well, that makes it even better then. Now
Doesn't
I'm really
it?
excited. That's terrific.
I'm really excited too.
Yes.
Thank you for being with us. Thank you for
Oh,
being in my
awesome.
team.
Excellent. I'm so happy. This is
Yeah.
brilliant.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Fantastic. So
you now.
I imagine you can hear me now, is it?
Yeah, much better.
Very good. Yeah, so yeah, I was just going to say thank you. I was invited really by Maria and Joneva to see what contribution I can make. So I am an author and a poet, as I was saying, and I'll be reading from my book, Utterly Rose, a collection of poems. It's really it's themed. It's written in the name of my daughter, for the sake of securing a bright and safe future for her. But obviously, in doing that, that includes everyone, every child, every human being, and the rest of the world, because we share the planet. So your work with your permaculture is in the same vein, which is about sustainability and ensuring that Mother Earth, Mother Nature, our environment can provide for us, and we in turn look after our environment as we should. So I am from Zimbabwe, and the first poem I'm going to read speaks to and reflects perhaps the work that needs to be done to restore Africa from its from the colonial ravages and the impact of rampant capitalism, which is part of what has affected the natural environment. So I hope this one is applicable. I've just picked out poems from my general bank, so they haven't been necessarily written specifically for you what you require, but it's still to the same theme. So it says, Africa, African, rise. This is your century, the African Renaissance. They once said you were a continent with no history. That is certainly not true. All people have a history. All people have a story to tell. The dark continent, they said. Yet now you must rise into the light. Europe rose. Asia rises. The Arab lands rise. So now must you. Africa, African, much pain you have endured. Sin fit to be exploited you were. Yet now you must and should rise. African leader, prioritize your people. Work to leave a legacy such that you're remembered for how you raised your people. May Africa be set free from those who might exploit her. It's enough now. So it's quite a long and expansive poem, but the main thing to say there is to inspire everyone, and that's a leader is a leader, and it's not really just about Africa. You're working there in Africa, Christy. I'm here in England. We really are one world, one village. And so whatever difference we make where we are is what difference we can make in the world. So I'll read the next poem, which is it's called Dawn, and it really speaks to the beauty of the universe, really, and then the magnificence of the design and how we need to really appreciate where we are in terms of this life and the opportunity we've been given. And much like Maria's poems are very spiritual and connected to the nature of nature, you know, Mother Earth. We also need to have that sense of connection and not just see our Earth as we do to an extent through the capitalist lens, just places to drill and, you know, exploit for profit and money and things like that. So for me, this just speaks to the incredible design of the universe. Dawn, as day breaks and we wake up from our slumber, ready to be human again for another day. As we wake up from our dreams, escape from our nightmares, our time spent in the subconscious, with all the secrets it holds. Wake up, dawn is here. Day breaks, the sun rises, ready to turn night into day. Take us from the dark into the light. Dawn, a new day, a new chance to be. Another chance to experience life. Dawn, wake up and win the day. Wake up and live. So in many ways, you have your project there, and that's a new opportunity to be. And so really, I suppose my job as a poet is to inspire the imagination and to inspire people towards what they are set out to achieve. And then I'll just read my last poem here. And this one is more specific to do with nature and the natural environment. And it celebrates one of the most iconic, I would say, manifestations of the natural environment, which is a tree, and how important they are to the ecosystem, and what they provide for us as human beings in every way. So tree, stretching up into the heavens, searching for the sun's rays, your roots planted deep into the earth, a network, a web of tentacles in the earth. Tree, you breathe out what we breathe in. What symbiosis? What design? Only but a seed you once were. The potential for all you are trapped within. Magic, planted into the soil you were. Nurtured by Gaia, the mother of all. The all mother, mother to all of us. The great nurturer, the great provider. Earth, and from her you burst forth into what you are.
It's frozen.
Oh, the powerful.
No, he's frozen. It's what happens in Africa.
It happens everywhere.
There's so much we're going to do, Maria.
Yeah, I'm excited, Raleigh. Oh, here we are again. I'm going to have to leave very shortly because I'm going to
Yeah.
be picked up.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
I'm going
Raleigh,
to
we
leave
missed
now.
that,
Thank you.
But everyone did want to connect with you. So if you could get my WhatsApp from Maria and then send me your contact information. Everyone wants you here.
Or he
Very
could
good.
just, there
Yeah,
you
no,
go.
I'll
Could
do
you show
that.
us your book again so it could be on the recording?
Oh yes, it's Ottilie Rose. I don't know. There we go.
Okay.
A collection of
Great.
poems.
Bye-bye.
Is it Ottilie?
Yes, ma'am. Rose.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
No, it's an honor and a privilege. And Christy,
Yeah.
I really want to acknowledge you for your project. Really,
Thank you.
thank you. It's inspiring, and also the work you're doing with the people you've amassed there. Obviously, I don't know them, but you're running the project, and you're the people this world needs. So thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you, Raleigh. You're the people we need as well.
Very good.
All
So
right, we're
I'll
gonna go on with
yeah.
our program. So I appreciate your
Yes, ma'am.
presence.
Yes, ma'am. Have a great day. Thank
All
you.
right, great. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
All right. Barbara, do you want to go next?
Yes, let's speak for us. Can we do it for Christine just to get set up for filming? Okay, okay. Hey, don't we have your oh. Would you mind mom's again? Mi sembra fuori. Quando ne sai fare? Io un lungo non sai che voci. Look at the voice. We are the gunners. I want to record this. No. I just want to.
Do you want to put it here, or are you gonna sit next to it, or?
Yeah. We have a new friend joining us. Have you had fun? Crystal, we are going to start. Okay, wait, let me just get this.
Let him introduce himself while we get started, while she gets that going.
Oh, we have a couple new friends.
Yeah, so can we let them introduce themselves and
Yeah.
Because basically people say that what's that like the same number. One similar. So they experience master profession.
What?
nerds.
Oh, thanks.
So they also add us that then that is like I see.
Thank you for being here. Marcy.
Yes. Good morning to you. Okay, I'm Massimo Dura from Nyakach. Nyakach is in Kisumu County. I'm also a public relations practitioner. I'm glad to be with you this morning. Thank you. And
Some program from Odorla Kibu. Among the villagers around here. And was also disabilities. Among of them, some chairman.
nice.
And after some of the level who's at the hope is in the. That's why I came here to see what's going on. That's we discover.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, I'm
That's good. Just a little bit. Do you want me to make sure? Do you want to sit here? Yeah. Can I go over there? Yeah, we can leave it on the same. It's located. Thank you. Where the business? We did say, I should listen to the basic one. I don't know the line. I really want to make sure to be on time. China.
Please help it. Yeah, which is sure. Like you have said, you should.
Okay. So good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Zimbabwe. I'm from Uganda. The reason why I'm here to learn more about farming and also to add on the knowledge I've collected so far. I got a chance to meet one of my friends, Rei, from South Korea. So he made the research and found out how we can heal the soil. And most especially these pits, we call them Rei Pits in his names, because we discovered that the soil is not producing well. So when we bought our land, it wasn't producing enough. You know, when the land is fertile and you happen to grow on, it's very tall, huge, and it produces a lot. But these days, when I go to villages in our community, and when you happen to grow corn, it's like this level. It can't go beyond. So this means the land is dead. It cannot produce. It cannot give you what you have put. So these days land is disappointing. I mean the soil is disappointing. So what we did, we did some experiments at our farm. Uganda's farm land is fertile. When you dig deep, it shows you how deep the good soil is. So when the good soil is on top, know that I don't know whether I can get a hole and show you when you dig deeper, how far the good soil can go. So we did experiments. The land wasn't doing well. I had practiced all the methods of farming. It wasn't really promising, but Rei Pits did marvelous at my farm. So we all know how a child, most especially for the health workers, when a child is malnutritious, is it? Malnourished, I mean. If the child is malnourished, you most especially in our villages, they hide them in houses. So the land is malnourished. What we did, me and Rei and my family, we started Rei Pits in our farm. We had to dig a square 1 feet deep and wide 1 feet. Then we normally have brick powder. The reason why we use brick powder, it holds water. So these pits is like the pit acts like a plate to feed our plants. So we put brick powder on the bottom. We put ash. Then we put bones. Then we put manure. Then we put grass on top, and we step on it to make sure the pit is wet or is moisturized. It keeps the water for the whole season. The water cannot be dry if you take care of this pit very well. So what do you do after doing this? We have our manure there. We have green. It is representing grass. We have, I don't know whether we have bones. Yeah. I wanted to show you how to do it. Maybe in a farm later. We plant, let's say Can do. You
can do it.
Yeah, we have it.
But there is a picture here. This
Look
is
for the cameras too.
this is how deep the pit is. Let's see. 1 foot. So you have to make sure this pit is full of grass, ash, brick powder, bones. Make sure the grass, if you can't dig this pit if you don't have grass, because grass covers the whole pit.
Is there
Yeah.
something you can use if you don't have grass? Can you use leaves?
Yeah, leaves, dry leaves. But you have to make sure you keep on adding, because it's the plate that is helping the plant to grow. So with time, because I dug more than 500 pits, and our land was like a lock. So it was Sunday, lock, it wasn't giving much. But as I tell you now, after practicing Rei Pits, I think in the whole community, I'm the person who is producing the healthy food, organic. Everybody is like, what's going on with this woman? But it's a matter of knowing how is my land doing. If we are trying to do farming, let us go to our field, find out how is your soil doing. After realizing that my soil is not doing well, Rei Pit might be the solution to the dead soil. After doing this, after feeding the pit, how do we grow crops? We grow crops around here. We don't grow inside the pit. We just grow crops here. You can put corn here. You can put beans here. You can put peanuts or ground nuts. You can put pumpkin, but not inside. The roots are connected to these leaves, bones, whatever we have put here, inputs here. So these roots are feeding from here. Yeah, biochar. Also biochar is really perfect. Why are we trying to bring all this? It's because some people don't have biochar.
Activated biochar too,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. So if you have urine, for me, I don't pour urine. Every morning we collect a jerrycan of urine, which we also put inside the pit because it's a very good nutrient to the soil. So this kind of Rei Pits, most of you who are going to get this book or to download it on the website, you're going to find it how he's doing, what he did in Uganda, Mityana district. He's right now in Lesotho. He's going to be in Nigeria. This is the kind of method that we are trying to tell people, please practice this so that we fight poverty in our communities. People are going hungry. Some are not realizing that really our land is destroyed. Why? Because we are locked in the traditional method of farming that our ancestors practiced. After adopting this kind of method, I think everybody is seeing the response of the land. So I'm so grateful to share with you this Rei Pits. Maybe if you have a question, please ask me.
How can we get the free downloaded book?
So this is the old version. This is the new version. Chris brought, Keke brought it. Kiki brought it. We brought this. So you go on the website. There is a Rayon website. There is www.pupuli.com. This is the website where you can get all this. It's free. Yeah, it's free of charge. Yes, it's free. We're on our website. It's www.ppuri.co. Yes. Yeah, it's really fantastic. You're going to like it. And I believe our land is going to be healed.
So, where we are telling you this, we've got many farmers in my country. We did the research and everybody was complaining. We buy seeds, we buy pesticides, we buy herbicides, but we are not getting enough. So we encourage people not to use chemicals in our gardens because they are harmful to our health and also to the plant and also to the planet. So we normally encourage people to use organic farming. Yeah. Any questions?
The same method can be used if you have a rocky area. I have a friend who is the same. Land is a rock, almost 3/4 the land. She bought it because of the price. But now, after buying, when she thought of farming, she did the same pits. Yeah, and the food is doing very well.
Yeah. The same pits?
Same pits.
Yeah, in West Africa, they call it Rei Pits. But for us, we use the Rei Pits because it's the one who introduced them to us. Yeah.
I'm asking, like, how deep should they be? And again, what ratio would you put the input?
Okay. 1 feet deep and 1 feet on top. I use more than that because you told us to use 1 feet, but I thought if I dig 2 feet so that I put enough would work for me. Then for manure, I use a bucket. With the small buckets we have in Uganda. So I don't use the shovel to shovel. Probably he told us to use a shovel, but I just use a bucket because I feel I want my crop to be healthy. Yeah. Then for ash, well, we normally measure spoons or brick powder, but I put a coat of chaff.
So, like, in a plot like this one, say this size of a plot, how many pits should be?
The pits.
To be contained?
It depends how many you want, because for us we have 2.5 acres. So we dug more than 500 pits. A pit should be like from here. It's how many centimeters? Centimeters. 3 feet. 3 feet.
Between.
Yeah.
And
3 feet. Depending on the land you have. Yeah, you can dig as many as you want. Yes.
And also, I think you can just start with 1. You start small, or start with 3 and see how does it
The
do.
results.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can just start with how many you can. Right?
Yeah.
Don't feel like I have to make 500 and it's too much and
Yeah.
then I'm overwhelmed. Right? Just you just start where you can.
Yeah. So normally we just use 4 here when we are digging pits. Then when the grass comes up, we slash and cover. Because we know very well that the roots are the transportation of water to the ground. So if you pull, you're not helping your land. You slash cover all over near the pit.
Yeah, you chop and drop.
Yeah.
And I think also, like, sometimes we're so afraid of weeds, like, oh, we're gonna make more weeds because we put, but really when you smash it down and use, then they're not growing. And if they do grow up, then it's more greens that you can cut later for more coverage. So don't be afraid of using weeds also.
Another thing, these pits, like after some time, they come together, they combine, they form a land. They don't remain pits in the land. So as sometimes when I'm at my home, I normally go to see where the weed is fertile and where it's not growing. So the weed tail communicates to me that I'm fertile, I'm doing well. The land is responding, the soil is healing. So normally you, like here, we can easily tell land is responding very well, the weed is good. So normally the land is going to communicate to you, because I feel whenever I'm at home, my soul communicates to me. My soul tells me I'm doing well. And I feel like this is what I'm doing. What I'm doing is really right. Either I have to put more inputs, I have to help in this area. What we have to do normally is to check our soil, how the soil is doing. Then we are going to have enough. Yeah.
I would like to say also to not be afraid if there's something you don't have, you think, oh, I don't have bones
Yeah.
or something, then you just do what you have. You do the pieces you have. If you don't have the brick powder, I mean, they're all important and there for a reason. But if you don't have, you just do what you can. The most important maybe is the grass or the leaves or whatever to keep putting. And then also you add to it. So if later you have some bones, you can add and then recover with grass. But don't be afraid, I can't do it because I don't have all these things. You just do with what you can and start somewhere. Yeah. And
talking of bonds, they cut across all there's some specific type of bonds.
Bonds.
What we do with bones and eggshells is we freeze them. In Florida, we have a freezer, and we collect them for time, and then we put them in our blender when they're hard like that, so that they just break up real easily and then turn into not really, we don't do it into a powder, but you could just crush it. You could just crush the bones and keep them like that.
if you can crush them, it's good. If you can't, you can still use
Yeah, you can still use
Whole from the food that you eat.
Yeah. And can be
the fish bones.
You
Yeah.
can go to a butcher or fishery or
Where there's no blow bones, you collect them, you bring them home.
tell your neighbors to bring you some.
Yeah. Then we are trying to encourage farmers to spread the news. If you see farmers come to ask you the question, you can easily direct them, or you can tell me, this is what I'm doing, this is the method I'm trying to do. It's the gospel of spreading pits to the farmers. Yeah, because I know all the farmers are affected, and we are trying to make sure we are in doing uniform, or we are trying, because our goal is one, to save the planet and to save the soils.
And this method is called farming for freedom.
Yes.
And it's all about like food sovereignty, and it's a teaching that our teacher gives for free. And what does he ask in return?
First, nothing, because you're going to also what we do. Farmers are complaining a lot. We are buying this. We are buying this. So you find you've bought a lot of stuff on your farm and you're gaining nothing. So he doesn't charge any amount of money, and you're not going to buy many stuff. What we do is to encourage, please, if you harvest, keep the seeds. Don't go to buy the seeds, because it is becoming like a habit where everyone is like, we are going to, after season, we are going to buy it. No, we are trying to encourage farmers to learn how to keep seeds.
And also he says, if you use this method, don't go charge someone else to teach them. You share this for free. If you find it's working for you, please go share for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So we've heard about the Rei Pits. And I see that this is like a method. And so I'm curious about what other information the method offers. So it's not just Rei Pits, right? This is a complete body, or is it mostly about Rei Pits? There's much more to this work, right?
Yeah. As per now, when we look at our land, we discover that the land is completely damaged. So when you use this method, it's like the whole of healing the soil, because I myself, before this, I used to spray manure, like spraying all over. It would like be on top of the land, so it wasn't helping much. So after discovering the pits, this method goes deeper into the soil. So after using this, I don't feel like I need any other method. I feel it's the whole of the method of feeding the soil. Yeah.
So I think if I can understand, she's asking, are there more things? Rei Pit is one thing. There's also more, like there is also Rei Pond, which I think maybe you have reasons not to love, but there's other things. And also I know there's a mindset training as well. And also there's encouraged to do it in groups where we in a community, then if many, say 5 people or 10 villagers are doing, then each week we get together and we help each other for maybe 1 or 2 hours on our farm, because many hands make light work.
Yeah.
And then the following week we go to the next person's and maybe only 1 or 2 hours, and we share and help with whatever the project is, maybe digging some holes or something. And then also there's mindset training. So then if you can, then we discuss each week one of the topics, which we can share some of that, but everyone can go to www.ppuri.co. You want to find the English version and then scroll down, click on, and he has a couple books. This is the one for the methods. There's also some other beautiful books. But the other thing is that if you would like, so this is a people's movement. It's a global movement. So this is for the people, by the people. So it's encouraged that you translate this into your own language, translate into Swahili, translate into Luo language, and we can add that onto the website, and we can give you get credit for being the translator, but then it spreads wider and further. So this is farming for freedom. So freedom of food sovereignty, freedom of mind, freedom from these constructs that we've been locked into that are keeping poverty and hunger and wrong thinking, mistreating ourselves, our family, the earth. So it's a bigger thing than just digging a Rei Pit. But maybe once you dig a Rei Pit and have some food growing, you can have a moment to think of these other things.
Yeah, part of the mindset, why he brought mindset, what we've been trying to help the farmers. Farmers have a lot of expectation. Like when we see people from US or other countries, we expect them to give us seeds, to give us everything, to like depending on them. So we are trying to encourage ourselves how to work together, not to depend on people, because the land belongs to us, and also encouraging farmers to get more education. Because if it wasn't education from Rei, I wouldn't be here to teach you the pits. And I come to such kind of teachings, not expecting much, but only knowledge. So if I get knowledge, I go back to my people, I tell them, this is what we are supposed to do in order to help ourselves. Because when poverty comes, it's going to hit me, it's going to hit you. So it's a matter of saying, we are going to leave the traditional method. This is another method we are adapting in order to help ourselves here. Yeah, that's part of mindset we are trying to help.
Thank you. Any other questions?
There's a question she asked
Collins?
about the depth of the pits. It will depend also on what you are growing. For my friend, she does 1 meter to 2 meters for trees, and then fills it with all the materials and later plants the trees to enable the roots to have enough space for movement.
For my case, I'm trying to grow food. For trees, there is another method I use about the albals. It's like a movable toilet.
Arbolu, yeah.
Yeah, albal. So after it's full, I plant a tree, because it's hard to convince someone, oh, this is where the toilet is. So you plant corn, the community is not going to accept it out. But for a tree, it takes a long time to grow.
And also, Hilda, there's a method, like if you have an existing tree that you then want to add this to, you go to the drip line.
Yes.
You can put maybe 4 or more around. So on the drip line, you can build these Rei Pits on your existing trees that you have or bushes or something. Yeah.
So my phone is off, but I would show you how I have more than 30 trees of jackfruits. They were not doing well before, but after digging pits around them, I have many jackfruits, as many, because I share with the community, I share with my cows. Whoever comes home gets jackfruit. Yeah.
Mine is not official, just addition. She has said that you dig pits, and then there is another way. You try as many methods as possible. If digging pits is a little bit difficult for you, difficult for you, you can just collect grasses, leaves, bones, you collect them somewhere with one place. And then after they have decomposed, you can just pour them in the garden. I think that can also work. I've tried that.
Okay.
It works.
Okay. I think the idea is good, but then that one will be healing the soil on the top.
And
it's healing from the bottom.
it takes maybe more time, because I like to think of it almost like it's a compost pile in the ground. How I think. I don't know if that's like the proper term, but that's how I think. And so instead of building a compost out here, it's just we're building it there. But it's this method, it's these certain things. But again, if you don't have, it's okay. You just do what you have.
Remember,
but it's not bad. I think that's good also.
it's very good.
Yeah.
But remember, you have to keep this whole moisturized for this, because are you going to cover the place after spreading the compost? So we have to keep what we should remember to keep our land covered. Our mother needs to be covered very well, because let me tell you, I don't wait for season using these pits. In Uganda, weather is unpredictable. So today it's raining, tomorrow there's sun for 2 weeks, either a month. But once I use this method, put too much grass. I don't wait, because this kind of method of saying, I feel I'm tired of picking grass. You have to put more energy when you're healing. It takes time, it takes energy to heal the soil. So when I cover and I know I'm contented, I plant. I don't wait for season. That's what has helped me. For this piece, you don't wait. Don't leave compost exposed. Make sure it is covered. Even if you use this method and spread, cover.
And also, I think, even if it doesn't rain for a long time, it still stays moist inside the pit. So you're digging this 1 feet down, and it's a square, not like a circle or
it's
a V. It's a square down and a square around. And then what Barbara was saying, then you do one next to it, maybe a foot or a couple of feet next to it. But eventually those, like we were talking about, the root exudates and everything, they begin to, in between becomes also very fertile.
Yeah, so think about 500 pits when they are all covered and they are well prepared. Everything, the inputs are there. Think about what is going to happen within 2 weeks, 3 weeks. When it rains, it has collected enough of the water. So it is supporting each cell. Once you plant, your crops are okay, because they are receiving everything. They are both receiving water and all these inputs. Yeah.
Can we go practice? Yeah.
Sort of the manure that you're using, the method that you are inputting when you're using your money.
Okay, so what I do, I'm a farmer who has goats, I have cows, I have pigs and chicken. So we know better that our cows inputs are so heavy, we have to first wait for certain period of time for them to cool down so that they are, because it has too much nitrogen. So for goats and pigs, I use direct. So I use a bucket, a full bucket, to put in a pit. Either best and depending on what you feel you want or how you want your pit to be.
I would like to add human manure every day.
Human manure.
Every day. We are, where do we put our waste? We come from the earth. We must give it back to the earth. It is perfectly fine to put it in these Rei Pits. You don't want to plant your cassava directly in there, or you know, anything you're planting around the side. So by the time it breaks down and the roots gets to that, it's fine, it's safe. But I mean, you will not want to plant obviously your cassava directly in the human manure, but the human manure is the best because it has it knows when the soil then uses that manure, it knows what nutrients we are lacking. What your soil, do you know this, right? Yeah. So it can read us. If we use our urine on it, then that tree knows to grow for us specifically. It knows what do we need, what don't we need, and then so it will grow more specifically designed, tailored for us and our family. If we use our own waste products, give it back to the earth. So
then if you feel you're not comfortable to tell the community that you're using human manure, and of course people are not trained enough, they'll run out from you, either eating from your home. We know very well typhoid comes from, we've got a lot of cases in Uganda, typhoid cases, but if you have other manure, I think she can use. Then for me, I use a full bucket. Yeah, I don't measure shovels, but I use a full one. Yeah.
let's go do. Let's go make one.
You have,
Yeah.
you need a hole. We need a hole.
We have a hole already.
Oh,
We're just gonna use this hole to protect.
so you use
Yeah. If you have ground, you have ground. Round, preferably square, but it's what we have already. So, want to use? So we have rule zero. Rule zero, we use what we have. Yeah. So we can do, we do our best. And pray and say thank you. Look at my gosh. We know the challenge that it's in Uganda, like first making two fully nomadic what to do. Yeah, we do it. So this one goes now. Yeah, it's anyway. Then we put you can break it up, it's good. If it's bigger chunks, it's we're against okay. When it goes when Barbara the very first little what biocarbon? Yeah, so we this biocarbon something. Couple. It's wood, burnt wood, but it gets scuffed out before it turns to ash. So, what
what's really important about charcoal is that when it burned, when wood is burned, each one of those cells, it has so many edges. And edges are where all of the bacteria and fungi collect. And because it has so many edges, it can collect a lot of nutrients for the decomposers. And it's the smallest films you get in those little pieces.
Like, yeah, little cells. And so they become, I heard it described as hotels for the microbes.
Yes.
So all the little microbes can live in here and keep growing and spreading. And all the microbes are all different, but some of these microorganisms, I'm sure we'll get the next but some of them reproduce every 20 minutes. It's a new, and then more 20 minutes, like after the finish is 20 minutes, it's a new thing.
And
So
the
they're all
smaller you can
different,
get the food, the the more diverse decomposers will come. They'll find those little spaces. Yeah. Hard for them to. Yeah, when you have that, what they call the one to do. And then we have we're trying you can toss it into a vine if you want, but you can crush all this just fine as the fridge dust, but you don't have to. But that's the way I would like. Yeah, so it's your mind. When they used to prediction that we have to be unvaluable.
And also when you're making your food in the stove,
Yeah,
perhaps before it turns to ash, you can
brush it out.
bury a
Sand.
little sand or something, and then you'll have you don't know about. But every day you're making fire, then you can look at the acid up in that, or you can also before it completely turns to ash, you can just bury it and then
Always have some sand to cover it or water it to stop the burning process. Just to cycle the burning process. So how far is it to have those brush people with it? I would like to covering the hardware. So I can have one big bones, but can't bring them. That's when we have the piece of the bones. Is this is your mirror. You can put the upper feet and put the down to the ravage. Yeah, to what's the mirror? Gotta why do you take all of this when the mirror helps to treat the so you may be having food, you may be too much of it. Minister, to make sure that all you is covered. So once you cover, don't put the structure of it. Push the space for it to make sure it's well compacted, and to you should you just simply my ancestral I thought I knew. So actually change the open going to be. So now let's say that what is always here. Right? Then the branch here. Goes from the first here, and here. The names will find there. So that you have people on this code. The following that that's how it goes. That's much better now. Right.
Yes, so I graduated, I graduated and so it's about this method, how to teach and after growing, how to this line, this line, this line. You don't need to wait to see from the corner. This open, I need our what are we going to do? No, yeah, because people I forgot that when you reflecting around. Because it's creating a convenience. Okay. Environment for the thing. Yeah. But they're doing okay. That's banana plus tacos and nothing. So when you so that's right. Then it's going to be hard to want to add plus. Because once the pieces people remember it is decomposing. So once they decompose, keep on the fish and you keep on and you still have to answer the area of this sector. It's really very nice. You like this. You pair up the fish time.
Why don't we take a few minutes break and come back. Sorry, I did a demonstration. It was really awesome. And the recording missed it. So stopping the recording now.